Ladies and gentlemen, every generation writes a new chapter in the story of humanity. Today, it's our turn. We, the new generation, stand at the crossroads of history, holding in our hands both the promise and the responsibility of shaping the future. The question is not whether we have power, it's how we choose to use it. We are living in a time of unlimited opportunities. With a single device in our hand, we can connect to the entire world. We can create, inspire, and build. Never before has a generation had this much access to information, this much freedom to express, and this much ability to make change. But with great power comes great responsibility. The same tools that can build can also destroy, and the same voices that can inspire can also divide. That's why the new generation must not only be smart, we must be wise. Being part of the new generation means more than just being young. It means being bold enough to question what's wrong and brave enough to stand for what's right. It means taking the lessons from the past, combining them with the innovations of today, and building a better tomorrow. Our parents and grandparents dreamed of stability, but our dreams are bigger. We dream of impact, of purpose, of meaning. We don't just want to live, we want to matter, and that's what makes this generation different. We are not afraid to speak up, to take risks, to challenge old systems. We are dreamers, thinkers, and doers. But let's be honest, this power can sometimes overwhelm us. Social media tells us to compare. Society tells us to compete. The world tells us we must be perfect. But true strength doesn't come from being perfect. It comes from being real, being consistent, and being kind. The new generation must remember that success is not just about fame or money. It's about contribution. It's about using your talents, your voice, and your energy to uplift others. Each one of us has a gift, something that the world needs. Maybe your gift is creativity, maybe leadership, or maybe empathy. Whatever it is, don't hide it, share it. The world is waiting for your light. We must also understand that change doesn't happen overnight. Real progress takes time, patience, and persistence. Every great movement started with a single step, a single voice, a single idea. You might think you're too small to make a difference, but remember, every storm begins with a single drop of rain. This generation has already proved what's possible. We've built startups from our bedrooms. We've used technology to spread awareness, and we've turned passion into purpose. But the journey doesn't end here. The next step is using our power not just for ourselves, but for the planet, for justice, and for peace. So, to every young person listening, believe in your worth. You are not the future. You are the present shaping the future. Don't wait for permission to make a difference. You have everything you need within you. Your ideas, your energy, and your heart. The world doesn't change when we complain. It changes when we act. Let's be the generation that acts, with courage, compassion, and purpose. Let's be remembered not for what we consumed, but for what we created. The time is now, the world is watching, and history is waiting for your chapter. Stand tall, dream big, and walk your path of purpose. Because the new generation isn't just the hope for tomorrow. We are the power of today. Every human being comes into this world with a purpose. But most of us spend our lives searching for it outside, chasing wealth, success, and recognition, when, in truth, purpose begins within. The path of purpose is not about where you're going. It's about who you are becoming on the way. We live in a time where the world moves fast. Everyone seems to know where they are headed, what they want, and how to get it. But deep inside, many feel empty, lost, and uncertain. Why? Because they are living by other people's expectations, not by their own inner truth. The first step on the path of purpose is to stop living someone else's dream and start listening to your own voice. Purpose is not something you find like a hidden treasure. It is something you create through experience, reflection, and action. It grows as you grow. Every challenge you face, every mistake you make, and every person you meet teaches you something about why you are here. When you walk the path of purpose, you learn to see beyond short-term goals. You stop asking, "What can I get?" and start asking, "What can I give?" That's when your life changes from being just successful to being significant. The truth is, your purpose doesn't have to be grand. You don't have to be famous or rich to make an impact. If your purpose is to heal, to teach, to inspire, or even to bring joy into someone's life, you are already living meaningfully. Each act of kindness, each word of encouragement, each moment of honesty becomes a light along your path. But the journey isn't always easy. The path of purpose will test you. It will demand patience, courage, and faith. There will be moments when you doubt yourself, when nothing seems to work, and when people fail to understand your vision. But that's where true purpose is forged, in silence, in struggle, in perseverance. Remember every great person you admire: Nelson Mandela, Mother Teresa, Martin Luther King Jr., Malala Yousafzai did not start out knowing exactly what their purpose was. They discovered it step by step, through pain and persistence. The same will happen for you if you don't give up. Your purpose is not just what you do, it's why you do it. When your why is strong enough, no obstacle can stop you. If your goal is only about yourself, your motivation will fade. But if your goal serves something greater, your family, your community, or humanity, then your energy will never run out. The path of purpose also means aligning your actions with your values. When you live in harmony with what you believe in, you feel a deep sense of peace, even when life gets tough. That peace is the sign that you're walking your true path. And here's the secret: purpose is not a destination. It's a lifelong journey of growth. You will keep evolving, your dreams will keep changing, and that's okay. The key is to stay true to your heart, to never stop learning, never stop serving, and never stop believing that your life matters. So today, take a quiet moment and ask yourself, what brings me joy? What makes me feel alive? What can I do to make a difference? Those answers will guide you toward your path of purpose. Don't rush it. Don't compare it. Just walk it step by step, with faith and gratitude, because when you finally begin to live with purpose, you don't just change your life. You inspire others to find theirs, and that, my friend, is how the world becomes brighter, one purpose at a time. Every person dreams. Some dream of success, some dream of happiness, and some dream of leaving a mark on the world. But dreams alone are not enough. The real transformation begins when you turn your dreams into direction. That direction is what we call the path of purpose, a journey that gives meaning to your life and power to your actions. Purpose is not just about doing what you love. It is about loving what you do, even when it gets hard. It's about showing up every day with passion, persistence, and faith that your efforts matter. Walking the path of purpose means refusing to settle for an average life when you are capable of an extraordinary one. We all face moments of confusion, times when we don't know where we belong or what we are meant to do. In those moments, it's easy to compare our journey with others, but purpose is deeply personal. You can't measure it by someone else's achievements. Your path is unique because your story, your struggles, and your strengths are unique. Instead of asking, "Why is life so hard?" start asking, "What is life trying to teach me?" Every experience, good or bad, shapes you for something greater. The obstacles you face are not roadblocks, they are part of your path. They strengthen your faith, sharpen your vision, and prepare you for the impact you are meant to create. One of the greatest challenges of walking with purpose is staying committed when no one is watching. It's easy to stay motivated when people cheer for you, but real growth happens in silence, in those lonely moments when you keep moving forward despite doubts and fears. That's where true purpose is built, not in comfort, but in consistency. Every successful person has walked this same path. They stumbled, failed, and questioned themselves, but what set them apart was their refusal to quit. They understood that purpose is not a straight line, it's a journey full of lessons. Each setback is just a test of how deeply you believe in your why. To walk with purpose, you must also walk with integrity. You cannot reach a meaningful destination by taking shortcuts. Be honest in your work, kind in your actions, and humble in your success. These values are the compass that will keep you from getting lost. Sometimes your purpose won't be clear right away. That's okay. Keep moving forward with curiosity and faith. Explore new things, meet new people, and serve wherever you can. The more you give, the clearer your purpose becomes, because purpose reveals itself through action, not just thought. Let's not forget that purpose is not about perfection. It's about progress. You don't have to have it all figured out to start. You just need the courage to take one step and then another. Each small step builds momentum, and soon you'll realize you're exactly where you were meant to be. When you live with purpose, even the smallest acts become meaningful. Your work becomes service. Your words become inspiration. Your life becomes a message of hope. That's the beauty of walking the path of purpose. It turns ordinary days into extraordinary impact. And remember, purpose grows when shared. Help others discover theirs. Encourage them when they doubt. Lift them when they fall, and celebrate when they rise. When we live not just for ourselves, but for others, our purpose multiplies. It becomes a light that spreads from one life to another. At the end of the day, what truly matters is not how much we have achieved, but how deeply we have lived. Walking with purpose is not about chasing success. It's about creating significance. It's about knowing that your time, energy, and effort made the world a little better. So, my friend, don't wait for a perfect plan. Don't wait for permission. Start walking your path today. Trust that every step you take with sincerity will lead you closer to your destiny. Because when you move with purpose, the universe moves with you. Keep believing, keep learning, and keep walking. Your path of purpose is waiting, and it begins the moment you decide to live not by fear, but by faith. Every one of us comes into this world with a unique gift of voice, a passion, a purpose. But most people never discover it because they spend their lives chasing comfort instead of calling. The truth is simple yet powerful. Life isn't about how long you live, it's about how deeply you live. It's about what you give, not just what you gain. The path of purpose begins the moment you realize your life is not an accident. You are here for a reason. The fact that you woke up today means your story is not over, and you still have something to contribute to this world. Living with purpose doesn't mean you'll always know the destination. It means trusting the journey. It means having the courage to follow your heart, even when the path is uncertain. Because purpose isn't found in comfort, it's revealed in courage. So many people today feel lost. They measure their worth through likes, followers, or possessions. But purpose is not about how the world sees you, it's about how you see yourself. It's about asking, am I living in a way that matters? The moment you start living for meaning instead of approval, your life begins to transform. Living the path of purpose requires three things: clarity, courage, and contribution. Clarity means knowing what truly matters to you. It's understanding your values: honesty, love, faith, service, and aligning your life with them. Without clarity, you'll chase everything and achieve nothing. Courage means taking action, even when fear whispers you can't. The path of purpose is not easy. It demands you to stand tall when life tries to break you. And contribution means using your life to make a difference, no matter how small. Every act of kindness, every word of encouragement. Every time you choose love over hate, you are living your purpose. Purpose doesn't always come as a big revelation. Sometimes it comes quietly through a feeling, a calling, a moment when your heart says, "This is it." Maybe it's helping someone, creating something, or simply being there for those who need you. No matter how small, your actions create ripples that reach farther than you can see. When you live with purpose, failure doesn't define you, it refines you. Every setback becomes a lesson, every challenge a chance to grow. You begin to see pain as a teacher, not a punishment. The people who live the most purposeful lives aren't the ones who never fall. They're the ones who always rise again. Look at history. The names that live forever are not those who had the most wealth, but those who lived with the most heart. People like Nelson Mandela, Mother Teresa, Martin Luther King Jr., and countless others changed the world not because they were perfect, but because they were purposeful. They found something worth living and even worth dying for. You too have that power. You don't have to lead millions to live meaningfully. You just have to impact one life, and that is enough to start a legacy. Your kindness, your honesty, your strength can inspire someone you may never even meet. That's how purpose works. It travels beyond you, touching hearts and shaping futures. But remember, purpose fades when life becomes all about you. The more you give, the more you grow. The more you serve, the more you shine. True happiness comes not from what you achieve, but from what you contribute. That's why the most fulfilled people aren't the richest. They are the ones who live for something greater than themselves. So ask yourself today, what will I leave behind, not in terms of money or fame, but in impact? Will people remember your title or your kindness, your possessions or your passion? Every day you live with intention, you're writing a legacy that will outlive you. One day, your journey on this earth will end, but your purpose won't. It will continue in the lives you've touched, in the love you've shared, and in the hope you've inspired. That is the beauty of walking the path of purpose. It makes your life eternal in the hearts of others. So, my friend, live boldly, love deeply, serve selflessly. Don't wait for the world to tell you your worth. Define it yourself, because your purpose isn't somewhere out there. It's already within you, waiting to be lived. Wake up each morning with this belief: I am here for a reason, and today I will live that reason fully. When you live like that, your life becomes more than existence, it becomes